Hi, I'm Stephen Kaye. Welcome to Kaye Studios. Today we're unpacking two great portable LED products from K5600. We've got the Joker 300 and we have the Slice 2-light kit. Let's start with the Joker 300. Ha! I love peanuts. Alright, so Joker 300 LED. I like that it's labeled like that, so I can definitely know what I'm taking off the shelf. Everything's packed well and safely. So we've got our barn door. We have our power supply. The Joker LED uses the same head cable as the Joker 400 and 800 HMI. So it's interchangeable with your HMI kits should you lose a head cable by mistake. We have some lens attachments, which I'm going to need to learn a little bit more about as we go. Focal spot attachment. And the 300 head, although the foam insert came out with me. Set that back in there. And just like the 400 and 800, you have your lens set captive inside the case. So I'm going to move this case aside, bring in a stand so that we can mount the brand new Joker 300 LED from K56. So we have our power supply, LED power supply, and these items here we're going to go over in a minute, but these are focal spot attachments that wouldn't normally be in your kit, but K56 sent them along so we could play with them. But as far as the unboxing goes, this is not included, it's sold separately. What is included are your lens set, your head cable, your barn door, and power supply head. One of the things that you're going to like about the Joker is you're going to be very familiar with using it because it's very similar in a lot of ways and built on the same sort of structure as your HMI Jokers, except for instead they use an LES, or a light emitting source, which you can see in here. The output of this fixture is going to be very similar to a Joker 400 in most of its configurations. Now, it is a screaming bright LED. And it's bicolor. So you don't have to change a light bulb from an HMI bulb to a ceramic bulb. In fact, the best thing about this is there's no light bulb at all. So there's no breakage from the light bulb. This is going to last for thousands and thousands or tens of thousands of hours. So as for a rental company or for the end user, to know that when they pull this out of the box it's going to work is just a plus from the old HMI technology. Alright, so now I'm taking a look at this power supply for the very first time, and it's really interesting. We have 6,500 degrees Kelvin, and we can scroll this all the way down. It's jumping in 10 degrees. So we've got a nice warm 32, which actually matches a little bit with my studio, which is a tungsten-based studio, all the way up to 6,500 full daylight. So 2,700 to 6,500. Now, if we want to change from adjusting the color temperature to dimming, we're going to press this button here. Now we are on the dimming mode. So now we can dim this down. And you know, most LEDs, when you dim down past 10%, they start to flicker, they have aberrations, and they just cut out. But here we're going to go down, let's see, we'll get around 10%, see where we're at. Okay, so there's the light, still performing fine, there's no flicker. By the way, the multiple shadow thing, even without a lens, is pretty good. Now, when we get past 10%, you'd expect on most manufacturers that the light will cut out. Let's see where we are. We're down at 9, 6, light's still there, 2, it's still there at 0.4. Oh my gosh, it's even still there at 0.4. So essentially you have full range dimming, which is a real virtue. And let's think about it for a second. This is basically a Joker 400 replacement. You cannot dim a Joker 400 HMI past, essentially a half a stop to a stop. So here we are, we're able to go from 0 to 100 without any aberration, shift in color temperature at all, and no flicker. So let's bring this back up because I sort of like having this nice bright light hanging out here. This is a DMX compatible using Lumens radio. I'm not going to set up DMX today, but you should know that you can control this wired or wirelessly. So we've talked about the fact that we have full range dimming from 0 to 100%. We also have 2700 to 6500 degree Kelvin color temperature. That's all accessible here. But there are a few extra features. I don't want to get too deep into it, but if you hold the menu button down, you have the option to check frequency. So the important thing to know about this fixture is that you have flicker free at any frequency you want. There's no flicker whatsoever. So let's talk about the beamer. The front of the fixture. So you can run the light without the beamer altogether. This is going to allow you to do something that you can do with all your Joker fixtures. You're going to be able to put this in a soft box, you can put this in a soft tube that K56 makes, and you're also going to be able to run this really cool focal spot, which is sold separately. We have a 20-degree focal spot lens. Shutter blades. Open up the shutter blades so we can see what we're doing. Pretty nice LECO projection. We're going to change now from a 20. Look at that. You can see the light emitting array. And now here's our wider pattern. So a lot of people like to buy a Joe LECO attachment for their older HMI systems. With the Joker 300 LED, because of the way an LED is formed, where the bulb doesn't protrude outside of the light, it's not going to really work in the older version, what we call the Joe LECO or Source 4 adapter. So what we have instead is we have a specifically designed for K56 projection attachment that you can purchase as an accessory to use with the light. So we should probably return to using the fixture in the way that most people are familiar using a Joker. So I'm going to take the focal spot attachment off. Now this is another thing you could never do with an HMI. HMI emits really unhealthy radiation, but that's not the case with the LED. It's safe and I can handle it. I have my hand right in front here. I mean, it's warm. I can feel a little bit of warmth, but it's not burning me in any way. All right, so put this beamer attachment back on. Now, let's look at the lenses that we have. Like the K56 makes these nice lens bags that come included with the fixture and they fit right in the door. So we have a frosted Fresnel. We have a super wide, frosted wide, and a frosted medium. So let's see how we're doing here. We're at 100%. It's nice. So that's interesting. So you can, when you use these lenses, you actually get with the medium a little bit of an ellipsoidal shape, which is very traditional of HMI. So K56 understands that you gaffers like myself, we're used to that idea of wanting to spin, get more vertical, horizontal, an angle, whatever we want to do. We have that control. Right now I have it almost vertical, and now I have it horizontal. And that's nice. So we're going to go from the medium to the wide. Okay, and I can still see the beam spread, but it's a little bit wider, and it's a little less distinct. Okay, now we're going to go up to what I refer to as a super wide. Now, in the super wide at this point, just like with an HMI, there's a little bit of a spread of the pattern, so maybe a little piece of diffusion would be nice, but we can always go to the frosted Fresnel, which should give us a very smooth and even field. And it does. Last thing I guess we should show, take our standard K56 barn door, drop that in. So here's the barn door. This is really just performing just like a Joker 400. We've been having a lot of fun helping our customers get their hands on lights that they need. And so you can feel free to call us anytime, 781-932-0005. I'm Stephen Kaye. You can find us at shop@kaylites.com. We have all our products that are on our website. But if you want to talk to us, we're here, and we can sometimes make special deals that we can't tell you about on the web. So if you need a demo or some little adjustment made, feel free to talk to me, Steve, and I'll take care of you. So I really appreciate your time. If you have any questions, please email us, and we hope to talk to you soon. And we will now make a little bit of space here and get ready to play with the Slice 150.